Hi, and welcome to Simply Happy Conversations. I'm Narelle King, and in today's solo episode, I'll be sharing about body doubling, a technique used to help improve focus and productivity. It's a technique used by ADHDers who can have difficulty with task initiation and also staying on task. Let's jump into this Simply Happy conversation. Welcome to Simply Happy Conversations. I'm Narelle King, wellness and organisational coach and yin and nidra yoga instructor. This podcast will help you create more time using organisational strategies so that you can start to simplify your life and prioritise your health. I'll be sharing conversations with other health and organisational experts and solo episodes with tips to help you simplify your life and prioritise your health. Thanks for joining me for today's solo episode about body doubling. And so it's not going to be a really long episode, it's really short, and I just want to talk about what it is, the benefits of it, and how it works. So body doubling is a technique to help improve focus and productivity. And it is a practice where there's someone else in your space where you're working, and they don't need to be working on the same task, but just their presence creates a productivity atmosphere that encourages you to stay focused. So like the benefits of body doubling is it reduces your procrastination. So having someone else in the room can make it easy to start the task initiation, or stay on track as well. It might also increase your focus. So the presence of another person can help anchor your attention and reduce distractions. And then the third thing is it provides accountability. So knowing someone else is there can motivate you to stay productive. So why is body doubling helping ADHDers? So ADHD is a disorder of executive functioning. So that's the part of the brain that controls concentration, attention, task initiation, effort on the task, and also self-control, as well as other things. But having a person present during like a not so motivating, mundane type of task might increase the motivation surrounding that task. It's a bit like listening to music or having an audiobook or a podcast while you're working. It provides the same sort of thing for the person who's working. Having another person present also holds a person accountable to the task so that they're less likely to avoid or procrastinate, which are two things that ADHDers really struggle with. And the other thing is ADHDers have less dopamine. So having someone else there can actually double the dopamine produced in your brain. Body doubling can work by being online. So you could be ringing someone on a phone and having a video call. You could actually join a group and do it via Zoom. So it's good to have a camera on, but you don't need to necessarily have the sound on. You can have that muted and maybe just check in at the start of the time and again at the end and state sort of what you want to work on. And then at the end of the hour, if it's set hour or 2 hours, you can then check in and share what you've actually achieved. This could also, though, be in person. So just having someone else in the space with you or the room can work as a body doubling situation. Or, this is something I actually did without even realizing I was doing it, is going somewhere where there's already people. So they don't even know that they're being body doubles, but you're going somewhere and you're using the people in that actual location as your body double. So I'll give you a couple of examples. Some of them are mine that I use as body doubling, and some are other people and clients that I've had. I will go to the gym or a yoga class rather than doing it at home on my own. I use this as a form of body doubling by me having other people in that room. It provides that accountability. It means I'm going to turn up to the classes each week rather than if I had to do it at home, which is less likely to happen. I also have a walking partner. I don't generally like to just go walking by myself. Sometimes I'll have the dog. The dog is also like a body double for me, but I'm not just going to go for a walk, just me. Personal trainers are a great example of body doubles. When I was at uni, I'd actually go to the library all the time to get assignments done. There was a bit of a joke that, my office was known as the library. If anyone wanted to find me, I'd be at the library. And it's now that I reflect The reason I went to the library is there were people around me that would be just working, and that was enough to provide that body double situation for me to stay focused and get started on those assignments that I needed to get done. Another situation that I used to use body doubling is when I was teaching and I had to write reports every 6 months for my students. I would go to a cafe or even to the library to get them done, or at least get them started. Once I started, I was usually okay to come home and then do them. But it was that task initiation that I needed that help with, and that's why I found by being around people, I would just get started. Another one that I use, and I still use now, is I have a content writer as well as a virtual assistant, and I know that both of them generally work on a Friday. So if I have admin to get done, I really like doing that on a Friday because it's almost like accountability. I can send them messages in our messenger chat, and I know then by having them there, it's that body doubling situation for me and possibly even for them as well. So other ones that clients use is they invite a family member over or a friend and they sit while they organize their wardrobe. So I've heard of people using it to declutter their wardrobe, for putting the washing away, which is a real problem at times with some of my clients. They really struggle with actually putting them away once they're folded, but putting them in their drawers. And so by having someone there, even their own children, it really helps as that body doubling situation. I've even been body double with a lot of my clients when I get there. As soon as I'm there, the energy starts to move and they start to do the things that they really had been putting off all week. Another area is getting the pantry organized, and also those doom boxes of clutter and getting that put away. They are ideal for a body doubling situation because people look at that and it feels overwhelming. Where do I even start? By having that accountability, it'll give you a little bit of motivation to get started. I also find with clients when I've been there, and there's also a support worker, we have got through so much because it's just like that double body doubling situation, and the client will move through what we need to do at double the rate. Another one, I have a great example of a situation where a client of mine had her bathroom renovated, and it happened over about 3 weeks. She ended up decluttering the entire house in those 3 weeks because having some tradie there in her house provided the body doubling that she exactly needed to then move forward. We'd obviously done some sessions and showed her how to get organized and the strategies, but having then someone as a body double, she just worked through cupboard and drawer until the entire 3 weeks. She'd done everything. She did burn out after that, so I don't recommend doing that, but that may be a great idea if you've got something that you need to get done in your home. And you also need someone to come and fix a PowerPoint or do something else within your home. That could be the perfect body doubling situation for you to get started on that task. There are also groups online that you can join, or apps, and you can then find a time when there's a person on there doing maybe even the similar thing, and you just join when it suits you. And again, you just say what you're working on, how long it's going to be for, and then you go off, do your own things, and then you report back in. This is the body doubling type of thing that I can also offer you. So if you wanted a virtual body doubling session to help you organize a space or an area in your home, it's the perfect situation to work anywhere in the world virtually. And it's also really affordable when we do it in a group session. So there's a few people trying to get things done at the same time. If you would like this, please reach out and send me a message or email me at narelle@simplyhappy.com.au and we can chat a little bit further about that. So how can you start body doubling? My first suggestion is find a partner. This could be a family member, friend, or a professional organizer. And next thing is set a task. So decide on what it is that you want to work on during that body doubling session. So also have it in mind what the time is. Is it going to be 15 minutes? Is it going to be an hour, 2 hours? And make sure that the task that you want to try and achieve is going to match up with the amount of time that you actually have as well. And then number 3, start working. You and your partner can work on your own tasks, but in the same space. I hope by sharing a little bit more information about body doubling that you are now likely to try it and even think about when you're actually doing it without you even realizing it, a little bit like I was when I was at university and probably even when I was a younger child at high school. Well, thanks for joining me for today's Simply Happy conversation. Thank you so much for joining me for today's Simply Happy conversation. If you find yourself wasting precious time searching for misplaced items and wishing for a more organized life, then you need my 5-minute declutter ebook, The Ultimate Guide to Quick and Easy Organizing Solutions for a Clutter-Free and Happy Home. Forget about spending months KonMariing your house. These fun solutions are designed to give you immediate results in under 5 minutes. Head over to Simply Happy in the resource section and download your free copy and start seeing results in minutes. I'd like to acknowledge the Wathaurong people of the Kulin Nation on which this podcast is recorded as the traditional custodians of the land. I pay my respects to their elders, past, present and emerging.